Thank you for being with us. Broadcasting live from Chiapas, Mexico, I'm Ana Acevedo. It's 9:30 a.m. Mexican time, and today let's start with local and state news. The governor of the state of Chiapas, Eduardo Ramirez Aguilar, led the inauguration of new classroom at CONALEP Campus 22 with an 7 million pesos project will directly benefit nearly 1,000 students at this educational institution, who will now have access to more adequate space for their academic training and daily reading activities. In the ceremony, the state leader emphasized that providing improved infrastructure to schools across Chiapas remains a priority for his administration. He noted that enhancing educational facilities represent a significant boost to learning opportunities for children and young people by offering optimal conditions for the development of their abilities and skills. The opening of this classroom reflects the state government commitment to strengthen the educational system by allocating resources that directly impact the quality of instruction. Through this initiative, authorities seek to establish a school environment that motivates students and contribute to the comprehensive development for the CONALEP educational community, reaffirming the importance of investing in the preparation and investment for future generations. And continue with more state updates, we now move to infrastructure development in Chiapa de Corzo. Chiapas Governor Eduardo Ramírez Aguilar announced the inauguration of the hydraulic concrete paving of the northern bypass in Chiapa de Corzo. Project required an investment exceeding 12 million pesos and is expected to benefit more than 680,000 residents through the region. During the event, the governor highlighted that the new era administration is defined by its human-centered vision that addresses the needs of the population. He stressed that projects of this nature not only improve road infrastructure, but also promote tourism in the municipality, strengthening the local economy and creating better mobility conditions for residents of Chiapas. Ramirez Aguilar emphasized that power exercised with the support of the people becomes a shared purpose, adding that the state administration works hand in hand with citizens to build a more prosperous Chiapas. With this project, authorities reaffirm their commitment to continue support for Chiapa de Corzo and to advance action that strengthen the state's comprehensive development. And now, with more news. The State Water of Sanitation Commission, known as SEA, led by Karina Montesinos Cárdenas, is promoting an institutional policy based on respect, equality, and non-discrimination, placing gender perspective and inclusion on across current priorities in public service. With this framework, SEA has participated in the workshop till the importance of LGBT, public police, and attention to diversity. I am providing updated information and creating space for reflection on the importance of promoting public policies focused on sexual and gender diversity. The training strengthens institutional capacities to deliver more sensitive, respectful, and inclusive service, contributing to the creation of work and social environment free from discrimination. This action allies to the vision of Governor Eduardo Ramirez Aguilar, who has repeatedly expressed his commitment to equality, respect for human rights, and the construction for a more just and inclusive Chiapas for everyone. And more information ahead. Senador Luis Armando Melgar of Chiapas announced that during a study session, lawmakers approved the ratification of Ana Luisa Vallejo as Mexico's ambassador to Belize and Luz Elena Baños as Mexico ambassador to Guatemala. Both diplomats bring extensive experience within the Mexican Foreign Service, which is expected to strengthen bilateral relations and advance strategy agendas across multiple areas. Their professional backgrounds will contribute to expanding regional cooperation and promoting joint initiatives in political, commercial, tourism, and security matters. The Chiapas legislature emphasized that this appointment reflects a commitment to advance a strong, approachable, and constructible diplomacy capable of foreign dialogue, mutual understanding, and opportunities for the region. Through this action, Mexico seeks to reinforce its presence in Central America and advance the development of partnerships that promote integration and shared progress. And let's continue with regional updates from the peninsula. The government of Yucatan reports that the measles vaccine is primarily intended for children who must receive 2 doses in accordance with the national vaccination schedule. The first dose is administered at 12 months of age, and the second at 18 months or at 6-year-old, depending on the case. Authorities also indicate that individuals between the ages 10 and 49 may receive the vaccine only if they don't have a complete vaccination schedule or are unsure whether they had already been immunized. For this reason, residents are encouraged to review their vaccination record before visiting health units. The state official emphasized that the vacuum is free and safe and reiterated for the invitation for the public to visit the nearest health centers. Through this action, authorities aim to guarantee protection for children and the general population, strengthening disease prevention efforts, and contributing to the well-being of families across Yucatan. And now, we send a warm return, play hits in San Cristóbal de las Casas, Radio Morena en El Parral, from Wixla, Voz de Alerta 106.1, in Salto de Agua, from Villa Comatitlán, La Comatitleca, La Pegadora, Radio Canoas, Radio Esmeralda, La Rancherita, La Pichanchera, La Mera Mera, La Cultura Radio, Hinocoso 4 True, La Pegadora, and Radio Conexión, as well as Radio Migrante. Ready for adventure? If you're looking for quality, trust, and the best replacement part for your ATV or side-by-side, Outdoors is your destination. Parts and accessories to keep you moving, featuring leading brands such as Polaris and Can-Am for models like Razor, Maverick, Rangers, Defenders, and more. Outdoors, where adrenaline meets quality. Contact them at 938-124-8046 and discover why they are the best choice to keep your vehicle performing at its best. Run your business with us and reach a broad, engaged audience. At ContraPeso Noticias, we deliver reliable, high-quality information and provide a unique platform for your business, product, or service to reach thousands of people. For Davis audience, closely follow the most important news, guaranteeing meaningful exposure. Advertising with us offers reach, credibility, trust, and direct impact with customers who are genuinely interested in what you offer. We adapt to your needs with flexible operation packages designed to maximize your market blessings. Don't miss the opportunity to connect with more clients and strengthen your brand. Contact us today at 981-829-0201 and discover how we can help your business grow. And now, we'll take a short break and return with international news. Stay with us, we'll be back after the break.
¿Por qué conformarte con menos cuando puedes tenerlo todo? Deja de buscar. Torre Caribe es la mezcla perfecta de ubicación estratégica y hospitalidad de clase mundial. Quédate en el corazón de Cancún, disfruta de la cercanía a las mejores plazas, playas y vive la experiencia que solo un experto en Airbnb puede darte. Somos súper anfitriones porque amamos lo que hacemos y tú vas a amar quedarte con nosotros. Por eso aprovecha nuestros días increíbles de superprecios. ¿Qué esperas? Ubicación increíble, espacio genial, experiencia inolvidable. Torre Caribe es tu pase VIP al paraíso.
Los muebles que tú necesitas para escuelas, oficinas, laboratorios y comercios los encuentras en Giré Muebles. El mejor precio, servicio y calidad es nuestro distintivo. Cotice hoy mismo al 961-2127-068, por WhatsApp al 961-279-4168.
En este noticiero que sabe escuchar, desde la sierra llega el clamor, se alza la noticia como un tambor. Montañas y ríos saben murmurar que lo importante aquí viene a informar.
Ya conoces al Teletón. Tal vez has visitado alguno de nuestros 27 centros. O conoces a alguien a quien le cambió la vida con sus terapias. Quizás conozcas el Hospital Infantil Teletón de Oncología o alguna familia que encontró esperanza en este lugar. Nos conoces. en cada espacio que ha cambiado para ser más accesible para todos. Contigo, hemos logrado cambiar historias, deportes e incluso la manera en la que hablamos. Nos conoces porque juntos lo hemos cambiado todo. Y prepárate, porque todavía hay mucho más por cambiar.
El Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines abre sus inscripciones para que estudies con nosotros, desde maternal, preescolar, primaria, secundaria y preparatoria, para que les des el futuro que merecen, ya que en el Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines formamos a tus hijos con educación de calidad, valores y acompañamiento integral. Inscríbelos y obtén el 15% de descuento en inscripción, válido del 1 al 28 de febrero. Invierte en su educación, invierte en su futuro. Agenda tu cita al 961-29-968-37 y al 961-26-993-61.
Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines, formando valores para toda la vida.
¿Por qué conformarte con menos cuando puedes tenerlo todo? Deja de buscar. Torre Caribe es la mezcla perfecta de ubicación estratégica y hospitalidad de clase mundial. Quédate en el corazón de Cancún, disfruta de la cercanía a las mejores plazas, playas y vive la experiencia que solo un experto en Airbnb puede darte. Somos súper anfitriones porque amamos lo que hacemos y tú vas a amar quedarte con nosotros. Por eso aprovecha nuestros días increíbles de superprecios. ¿Qué esperas? Ubicación increíble, espacio genial, experiencia inolvidable. Torre Caribe es tu pase VIP al paraíso.
Los muebles que tú necesitas para escuelas, oficinas, laboratorios y comercios los encuentras en Giré Muebles. El mejor precio, servicio y calidad es nuestro distintivo. Cotice hoy mismo al 961-2127-068, por WhatsApp al 961-279-4168.
En este noticiero que sabe escuchar, desde la sierra llega el clamor, se alza la noticia como un tambor. Montañas y ríos saben murmurar que lo importante aquí viene a informar.
We're back, and we're continuing with national news. Mexico's Chamber of Deputies governing board reported that 6:18 p.m. and 27 minutes yesterday, Wednesday, the 11th, it's formally received the bill proposing a reform that reduced the work week from 48 to 4 hours. The document was immediately referred to the Joint Constitutional Affairs and Labor Committees following authorization by the full chambers during today's session. The proposal outlines a gradual amendment to Article 123 to the Constitution, with the goal of reaching a permanent 40-hour work week by the year 2030. This change represents a significant adjustment to Mexico's labor legislation by establishing a new standard for working hours aimed at improving conditions for workers nationwide. Additionally, the reform established that for every 6 days of work, employees must receive at least 1 day of rest with full pay. This provision reinforces the right to rest and physical and mental recovery, essential element in ensuring a balance between professional and personal life. The bill's referral to committee marks the beginning of a legislative process that could fully reshape the country's labor dynamics. Committee discussion will be crucial in defining the scope and implementation of the reform, which is shaping up to be one of the most significant labor rights changes in recent years. And continue with more national news, we turn now to development along the US-Mexico border. The United States government reported that this Wednesday it anticipates a neutralized drones allegedly linked to Mexican cartels, impronting the temporary close of El Paso International Airport in Texas. The measure, announced by the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, and the Pentagon, was implemented after detecting an aerial incursion considered a security threat. Transportation Secretary Sam Duffy stated that the social media platform X, the situation was addressed immediately and that the threat was neutral, assuring that there was no danger to commercial air traffic in the region. The airspace shutdown, which also affected the nearly community to Santa Teresa, New Mexico, lasts only a few hours, although authorities had initially indicated it could extend for 10 days. According to sources cited by U.S. media outlets, the incident was related to military testing near Fort Bliss, where high energy laser technology was used to bring down flying objects. Officials later confirmed that one of the targets was a party balloon, creating confusion between FA and Pentagon authorities. El Paso International Airport, which handled 3.49 million passengers in the first 11 months of 2025, resumed operation after restrictions were lifted. Local representatives said the closure was carried out without prior notice, even the municipal authorities describing the action as a radical measure. This episode comes amid ongoing bilateral cooperation between the United States and Mexico against drug trafficking, although tension remains following statement by President Donald Trump regarding possible military actions south the border. And continue with more across the region. Mexico City Attorney General Office reported the arrest of Gaby N., a nurse identified as the alleged suspect in the hit and run death of a motorcycle on January 3rd in the borough of Iztapalapa. The arrest took place in the municipality of Ejutla de Crespo, Oaxaca, by investigative agents executing a warrant for possible aggravated homicide. According to investigators, the victim, a 32 years old man, was riding on a motorcycle when he was struck by a blue Honda City vehicle at the intersection of Ejes 6, Sur Avenue, and Periférico Oriente. After the collision, the car continued moving and dragged the motorcycle several meters, causing his. The driver fled the scene and later abandoned the vehicle in Nezahualcóyotl in the state of Mexico, where authorities obstacle located it. Prosecutor explained that through the video analysis, witness interview, forensic mechanical examination, accident reconstruction, and technical tracking effort, officials were able to identify the other suspect. Based on the evidence gathered, a judge issued an arrest warrant that was carried out with the support of Oaxaca State Prosecutor. Following her transfer to Mexico City, Gaby N. was admitted to the Santa Marta Catigla Women's Social Reintegration Center, where her legal status will be determined. Authorities reaffirmed their commitment to continue the investigation and ensuring justice for the victim and his family. Up next, we take a look at the important public health updates affecting between 2025 and the early months of 2026. Mexico had recorded 9,074 measles cases, equivalent to a rate of 6.7 infection per 100,000 inhabitants, according to Health Secretary David Keshenovich. The official emphasized that the national vaccination strategy has been key to containing the spread of this highly contagious virus, noting that without it, cases will have reached the millions. The outbreak has resulted in 28 confirmed deaths and one additional case under verification, with 90% involving unvaccinated individuals. Most fatality occurred in the state of Chihuahua, with 21, and Mexico City, with 2. 7 states account for the highest transmission level: Jalisco, Colima, Chiapas, Sinaloa, Nayarit, Tabasco, and the nation's capital. President Carlos Sheinbaum said the outbreak will be brought under control, as already occurred in Chihuahua, where the administration of 1.8 million vaccine doses helped contain the emergency. He urged the public to remain calm, reiterating that most children have received their immunization, ensuring protection. He also noted that the use of face masks is being evaluated, although those with full vaccination schedule remain protected and, in fact, they will likely experience mixed symptoms. Deputy Health Secretary Ramiro Lopez reported that 28 million doses are available for application, in addition, for the 14.3 million already administered. Strategy prioritizes children from 6 months to 12 years of age, as well as individuals aged 13 to 40 without complete vaccinations coverage. More than 21,000 health centers nationwide have been activated, and target vaccination campaigns are underway to break chains of transmission. And now we go to a break and we'll be back.
El Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines abre sus inscripciones para que estudies con nosotros, desde maternal, preescolar, primaria, secundaria y preparatoria, para que les des el futuro que merecen, ya que en el Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines formamos a tus hijos con educación de calidad, valores y acompañamiento integral. Inscríbelos y obtén el 15% de descuento en inscripción, válido del 1 al 28 de febrero. Invierte en su educación, invierte en su futuro. Agenda tu cita al 961 29 968 37 y al 961 26 993 61.
Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines, formando valores para toda la vida.
Los muebles que tú necesitas para escuelas, oficinas, laboratorios y comercios los encuentras en Giré Muebles. El mejor precio, servicio y calidad es nuestro distintivo. Cotice hoy mismo al 961-2127-068, por WhatsApp al 961-279-4168.
En este noticiero que sabe escuchar, desde la sierra llega el clamor. Se alza la noticia como un tambor. Montañas y ríos saben murmurar que lo importante aquí viene a informar.
Ya conoces al Teletón. Tal vez has visitado alguno de nuestros 27 centros. O conoces a alguien a quien le cambió la vida con sus terapias. Quizás conozcas el Hospital Infantil Teletón de Oncología o alguna familia que encontró esperanza en este lugar. Nos conoces en cada espacio que ha cambiado para ser más accesible para todos. Contigo hemos logrado cambiar historias, deportes e incluso la manera en la que hablamos. Nos conoces porque juntos lo hemos cambiado todo. Y prepárate, porque todavía hay mucho más por cambiar.
¿Por qué conformarte con menos cuando puedes tenerlo todo? Deja de buscar. Torre Caribe es la mezcla perfecta de ubicación estratégica y hospitalidad de clase mundial. Quédate en el corazón de Cancún, disfruta de la cercanía a las mejores plazas, playas y vive la experiencia que solo un experto en Airbnb puede darte. Somos súper anfitriones porque amamos lo que hacemos y tú vas a amar quedarte con nosotros. Por eso aprovecha nuestros días increíbles de superprecios. ¿Qué esperas? Ubicación increíble, espacio genial, experiencia inolvidable. Torre Caribe es tu pase VIP al paraíso.
El Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines abre sus inscripciones para que estudies con nosotros, desde maternal, preescolar, primaria, secundaria y preparatoria, para que les des el futuro que merecen, ya que en el Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines formamos a tus hijos con educación de calidad, valores y acompañamiento integral. Inscríbelos y obtén el 15% de descuento en inscripción, válido del 1 al 28 de febrero. Invierte en su educación, invierte en su futuro. Agenda tu cita al 961 29 968 37 y al 961 26 993 61.
Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines, formando valores para toda la vida.
Los muebles que tú necesitas para escuelas, oficinas, mismo al 961-2127-068, por WhatsApp al 961-279-4168.
En este noticiero que sabe escuchar, desde la sierra.
And continue with international cooperation efforts involving Mexico. The Mexican government announced this Wednesday, February 11th, that it will send a second shipment of humanitarian aid to Cuba, aiming to complete a total of 800 tons in support to the island, which is facing a crisis worsened by United States sanctions on countries that supplied it with oil. President Claudia Sheinbaum stated that the bilateral logistic operation remains underway following the first shipment sent last Sunday, which include food and essential supplies. She explained that the vessel will return to transport a new cargo and that deliveries will continue until the pledged volume is reached. The president also opened the possibility of including donations from civil organizations and citizen groups collecting supplies, although she clarified that the federal government has not formally called for public divers. She added that an institutional channel will be established through the Interior Ministry to coordinate additional contributions and ensure they can be incorporated into official shipments. So far, the administration has not specified the content of the second delivery or the full timeline of shipment, but it reiterated its intention to meet the announcement 800 tons. Shimon acknowledged that Mexico has held oil export to Cuba to avoid repercussion linked to the decree by US President Donald Trump. Traffic to country export crude to the island. Through this strategy, Mexico reaffirms its policy of cooperation with Cuba aimed at the economic challenge facing the Caribbean nation and seeks to maintain a humanitarian corridor addressing the population's most urgent needs. And that concludes our national coverage for today. Thank you for staying with us here on ContraPeso Noticias. We appreciate your trust and your time. We'll continue to bring you the most important story from Mexico and around the world with clarity, responsibility, and commitment to the truth. Have a great day, stay informed, and we look forward to see you again in our next broadcast. Remember, this is ContraPeso Noticias.